We've gone 2.16 miles from the car, and I think we're about half a mile now from joining the PCT. We're in the Mission Creek drainage, which is up in that direction.
Bye, Allison.
Bye, everybody.
See you Saturday.
Thanks for the ride.
You're welcome.
Have a good hike.
Okay, be careful.
Bye. Yep, 2.58 miles, Allison miles. And I'm back on the PCT, heading north. And I'm still in the Mission Creek drainage and should be for most of the day. It's hot. It's only about 10 after 8. It's going to be 103 back down in the desert today. So I think I'm facing 80s and 90s until I get higher in elevation. Luckily there's water ahead. I might be swimming in it. The trail descended down to walk right in the old creek bed. And I understand that further up, the trail gets pretty sketchy due to the strong storms in 2019 that wiped a lot of it away. First official PCT water crossing. Not a problem with those stepping stones. There's just a slight breeze, but it's coming towards my back. So I stopped for a minute to cool down because the sun is warm. And I thought I'd give you just a rundown on this section hike of mine. I started at PCT mile 225.5 after walking 2.5 miles to reach the PCT. And I'm heading up to Big Bear, which should be mile 266 point something. And I plan to do it in 3 days and 2 nights. Crossing number 2. Looks like I might have a harder time keeping my feet dry, but I'll do my best. Easy peasy. This is the trail. A bit indistinct, but really clear enough if you look hard. And there are some old posts from where the previous trail was that sometimes in the right position, and for example, sometimes you're across on the wrong side of the stream, but it's working. There's a lot of guesswork here all of a sudden. At least it's cool here in the thickets by the stream. There's hardly a trail. And sometimes it disappears altogether. And sometimes it looks like there's potentially different routes. I know I have to go upstream so I can just follow the river, which is what I've read as well. I'm not sure if we're all just following someone who bushwhacked the first time through the season and whether this is the best route or not, but as long as we get through, I guess that's the main thing. It's going to be slow going, kind of fun route finding, but it's slow going. Just crossed over one creek, went around the bend. Now I've got another one. No problem. Thank goodness I'm using hiking poles. It makes all the difference in the world. Sometimes I can see the cairns, and sometimes I can't. Just gonna have to guesstimate. I'm of two minds right now, trying to decide if I like the easy, flat, old, proper PCT trail, that you can actually walk on and cover some miles, but it's in the hot blazing sun, or back amongst all the cottonwood trees, providing lovely cool shade, but on twisty, rocky, impenetrable maze of rivulets and dry creek bed that we have to find our way across. You're not very afraid, are you? What you doing with that grass? I've just clocked 6 Allison miles. The wind has clocked around and it's now coming towards me, which just turned around my day. I'm very happy. It's pleasant temperature now. It's keeping me cool. And I think I've got a short section here away from the creek, which is a good thing. You can see the trail here. It disappears into the cottonwoods, and somehow I'm going through that canyon ahead. That's where I came through. You still can't see now where the trail is, but I made it, and it looks like I now am going up through that canyon. But luckily, I've got real trail for a while. Makes it easier walking. There's very little color. Only thing blooming is this bush, which I don't know what it is, but it's attracting a lot of bees and wasps. Again, because it's the only thing in bloom. Dead yucca. These plants are starting to turn brown. It's so dry, and it's unfortunate because it doesn't make for a very cheerful hike when you don't see any color but brown, green, beige, and brown. I'm at PCT mile 233. I found a nice log in some shade, and so I'm filtering water. I had filtered just 2 miles ago, but because the terrain is a bit difficult, I didn't want to carry any extra weight than I had to. And I believe there's going to be a 6-mile dry stretch from where I am now until the next water source. So I'm going to filter about 1.5 liters, I think, to get me that far. It's been going okay. It's hot, so I'm enjoying the shade. Once I left the creek and started hiking in the heat, I realized I didn't put any sunscreen on my face. And I know it's buried at the very bottom of my pack. So I'm improvising with my handkerchief. I can't say I was smart enough to moisten this in the creek so it's cool water. Unfortunately, it's dry. But the next time I cross a creek, I'm wetting this. But all of a sudden, there's all these yellow blossoms. Just a thing to cheer you up when all you're looking at is the trail right in front of your feet. You can see here some of the destructive force that the spring floods can create. I've I've gone 12.1 Allison miles, and I have reached the San Gorgonio Wilderness. And does it say when I'm leaving? I'm leaving the San Bernardino National Forest. Yay! Well, that's something. I finally found some shade. It took a long time. I've gone 13.8 miles, so at least the last 0.8 miles I've been looking for shade, and it's been nothing but up, uphill. And I still have about 3.5 miles to go to the camps that I want to camp at. And I think it's another 1,300 feet of elevation. I'm gonna insert here a little photograph I took of the elevation I've done so far. Pretty steep. All that elevation gain, now I'm losing it. And no, I still didn't put any sunscreen on when I was having my break. So I've got the babushka look going for the rest of the day. Trees. I haven't seen proper trees all day. It's wonderful. And it's cool and shady, and I love it. I didn't think it would happen today, Mom, but there you go, a heart rock. Love you. "20 miles from any paved road and almost 7,000 feet of elevation. I give you stairs." I know this is gonna be right into the sun, but it's pretty much the only time I've had a distant view of the trail. And then it goes up towards that gap. This is a site for sore eyes. Lupin. Gorgeous purple color. More shade. More dead trees. I've just passed 16 miles on Allison's watch, and I think I have 1.3 more miles to go. I apologize, this is glary because I'm into the sun, but that's just the way the trail's heading. They're gonna make me work for that last mile. I think the trail's under there. Great. One tree to go under. 2 trees to go over. And now uphill. If I had known how hard this last mile was, I might have stayed back at one of the campsites I passed. But then I would have missed the golden hour. I made it. And there's a picnic table. 17.5 miles. And I'm beat. Can't wait to sit down. This is my water source here at Mission Springs Campground. I've got company. This is Graceland, who I passed earlier. And over behind those bushes is Joe, who I met down at the spring with Graceland, filtering water. The sun's going down and it is freezing already. It's gonna be even colder tomorrow, but it's time now to make dinner.